And now we are on to episode 3. Yay! Special guest wants to know what their nickname is. Did we come up with one?
No, I mean, I was just going with Bollocks Troy.
Okay, Bollocks Troy. Bollocks Troy.
Because, I mean, we're going to be doing more ones going forward.
Yeah.
If you'd like, you could be Superintendent Captain.
Well, they just said cool, so...
Okay, apparently they like Superintendent Captain. So okay, Superintendent Captain it is.
Okay, so we're talking about Chocolate City, Slaughterhouse
Chocolate
Rules.
City 2.
What?
Chocolate City 2.
Chocolate City 2, Slaughterhouse Rules, and General Commander, all of which are found on Netflix.
Unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately. Bryson, which one did you not see?
I did not see Chocolate City 2, and I checked out very early on, it's General Commander, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It was like 15 minutes in, I'm like, I can't do this today.
I fell asleep during the good one. Oh.
That's the only one that I actually watched.
I fell asleep, and that was good. I was entertained. What's it called?
Slaughterhouse Rules.
With a Z, so you know they're serious.
They're serious.
Slaughterhouse, by the way, is a real school.
I'm not surprised.
Yes. Oh, is it in England?
Yeah, and the town of Upper Slaughter also exists, and it's in the county that Simon Pegg is from.
Oh, how cute!
Yeah.
So, which one of us picked that again? Because
that was me.
That was you.
I think that was me.
It was you. It wasn't me.
The cap says it was Bryson.
Did I?
Let me check the spreadsheet.
You watched it at least.
I did watch it.
Thank you for having the spreadsheet, Chelsea. We will have to start making more detailed notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get better. It's a preliminary spreadsheet right now. Okay, so it was Slaughterhouse.
Yeah, Bryson, you're right. We did say that.
That was Bryson's pick.
Well, it was a really decent film, which was shocking. I loved Simon Pegg. I loved the story. I loved actually the dialogue. There was very little that I didn't hate about this movie.
Yeah, I mean, Simon Pegg and Michael Sheen and Nick Frost being in it basically automatically gives it a 20 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, it's a good cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the premise? He goes off to prep school, and then there's a sinkhole and monsters come out of the sinkhole.
Yeah, the school sold rights to fracking on their land, and the oil companies that were fracking opened up a sinkhole that caused monsters to come out.
Because fracking. So yeah, fracking is bad.
It's an extremely, extremely subtle movie about environmentalism. Very subtle, extremely.
The cap says we were all having a bad day that day. I think I remember that day.
Okay.
I think Josh JB kind of fell asleep. At least 10 minutes in, and then I woke him up, and then he was entertained for the rest of the evening. Reason why I woke him up was because I was like, okay, if you're gonna fall asleep, go up to bed. And he's like, no, I want to stay here and I want to watch this. This is Simon Pegg.
It's a valid excuse to try to stay awake. I left with 40 minutes left, I think. That's when I kind of passed out.
I was kind of intrigued because I was thinking of Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, and what's at World's End vibes.
World's End.
Yeah. Just because of Nick Frost and Simon Pegg.
Yeah, and this movie was actually by their own production company.
Did anyone else find Simon, or not Simon Pegg, Nick Frost's character? He was pretty much the Muggle version of Hagrid.
Isn't
Pretty
Hagrid the Muggle version of Hagrid? Oh
Uh,
no, sorry, he's a squib.
No,
What?
he is a wizard. He just had his wand snapped in two.
Yeah, so the Potterverse term is he's a squib. He has magical abilities, but he never learned how to actually harness them.
I
Yeah.
thought he was just a giant.
No, half giant.
No, half giant. And the cap says, "Hey, Hagrid is not a Muggle." No, Hagrid's not a Muggle, but but Nick Frost definitely reminded me of that character in this movie.
Yeah, like that was pretty much it. Like he was in the school, he left the school before he finished, and then he ended up just living in the woods by the school,
Which is
and then saving the school in the end. Yeah,
I
Yeah.
do not remember that at all.
I remember that movie fairly well because it was enjoyable. I think I remember it a lot better than the other Simon Pegg movie we watched, whatever that was called.
Oh, the
that
one
is for a
Bunker.
different day.
Yeah.
Let's
and
retract that one.
the cap says, "You don't remember Chelsea because you was asleep."
Oh.
Chocolate City was,
I love to
Bryson?
hate it.
yeah. Bryson, what did you think?
I didn't see that one. I wasn't here. I was working.
You, my
You
good-
missed so much.
That
No,
was
he didn't.
Jeff's pick, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, that was definitely Jeff's.
was mine.
Oh, it was so bad. The music was terrible. The dancing was awful. The plot was non-existent, but I love to hate it. It was so cringy, but ridiculous.
Yeah. This was one of the worst movies I have seen out of everything. This and General Commander are probably bottom 10 for me.
Yep.
Like
Definitely.
I expected, okay, discount Magic Mike. It can't be that bad. Oh, oh, it was bad.
To be fair, I wasn't a huge fan of Magic Mike, so
Oh, good.
Superintendent.
No one likes Magic.
Superintendent. Sorry, go ahead.
No one likes Magic Mike except for like those 4 minutes of dancing. I like music. I like dancing. I wish I could dance it anyway. Ooh. Oh God.
Superintendent Captain says Chocolate City was definitely a movie that we watched, and I remember he had blue eyes, and that was really cool. Yep. That is their entire recollection of that film.
Yeah, it was like they had to go to Vegas to win to somehow save the strip club in Atlanta, and then Buddy had to do like his Harvard exams. I just made that up. It was not Harvard.
Oh man, no, you were right. That's right. It was like a GED or something. Yeah, it was his French exam. He had to pass French in order to get into college.
Yes, and it was
Wow.
to dance or to French. He chose to do both.
I've never been so happy to be left out of a movie.
yeah, you didn't miss anything, buddy. Honestly, the only thing that I truly enjoyed from the actual Magic Mike film was Fluffy, aka Gabriel Iglesias, one of the best comedians ever. But I still say that Magic Mike, a million times better than Chocolate City.
Oh, I love to hate it.
One of the
even love to
best
hate it.
one of the best dancers in that movie too is an actual porn star.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I want my money
Like-
back.
Or well, luckily it's only your Netflix subscription.
And I don't even pay for that.
Yeah, I don't even remember if he was in the movie later on, but he was like one of the really huge guys, and he did a dance that was much more strippery than the rest of them were doing. And I ended up
Really?
looking him up, and he's like full on, like that. Like that's what he does. He strips and then has sex. It's like I guess he could be a promising young man.
Ooh.
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. The movie made me appreciate zombie strippers that much more.
And the kicker is, this was the sequel. There's a whole other movie
Yeah.
we never saw.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to see it though.
Maybe I'd
The thing
understand the plot better in the second if I knew the character development of the first.
The first one, he has to pass his English test in order to get to grade 12 or something.
I feel like that's illegal. How young is this
Probably.
man?
I'm not saying he graduated on time.
Not on the first go.
No. The thing that I found really weird about it is that Vivica A. Fox and Mel B were both in it.
Oh my God, you're right. They were the mother.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I
Yeah.
completely forgot.
So did I until I looked it up on IMDb. Like I looked up the trivia for the movie, and one of the only bits of trivia is that Mel B is credited twice in the credits.
JB hated this movie. That's the
He's
only
right.
thing I remember about him. He just was like, yeah, next time if it has ladies, I don't even think I'll watch it then.
What year was this movie?
2017.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I immediately assumed like, oh, this sounds like some weird '80s thing that nobody watched.
No,
it was
Bryson.
2017.
Yeah, we failed hard. But speaking of 80s, one of the action flick stars from the 80s is the next movie we got to talk about. General Commander, Steven Seagal. Shoot me now.
Whose pick was that? Because that was rough.
that was also me.
Yeah, you got the crayon for that one for like a week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the
I'm
cap
very
says,
good at finding the worst.
yeah, the cap says just Jeff. So she was just, they're just like, yeah, just you.
Yeah.
It was
This was all your fault.
like it started with them in like Thailand doing like it was black market organs, which had no
Yeah.
process in the rest of the plot at all. It was that one scene.
No, because they did come back to the black market organs later
They did.
when they were posing as people who wanted to buy a heart or something, and it was like a Price is Right showcase showdown thing where the guy's sitting at his desk and he's like, oh, so you want some organs? And then like the wall opens up behind him and there's an operating table with a guy on it, and he's ready to like take the heart out right there and then in front of them. And that was followed up by the only scene in the entire movie, I think, where Steven Seagal is not just sitting down. He actually walks for like 10 feet in a hurried gait while holding a gun.
Yeah, you know what? Yep, you're right. That sounds like a scene from Hostel. But
Could be.
The only thing that I recall JB saying about this movie that night, mainly because I think he got drunk just to get through the rest of the movie. Yeah, Bryson's face just said it all. Pretty much, he was just like, this would be entertaining, except for the fact that they do this with kids in other countries. They snatch them and then harvest their organs.
But Seagal was trying to stop that.
I thought it was a whole revenge because one of his friends died in the beginning.
I'm not saying the plot made sense.
They
Nope.
were all in different countries. Like they were getting the
Yeah.
band back together again, but they were all in different continents. But then,
What? No, the revenge angle of it was the bad guy killed one of his friends, so he killed one of the bad guy's friends, and then the bad guy wanted revenge on Seagal, even though there's no way he could have known who it was.
Well,
a lot
the
of
cat,
fun.
yeah. The captain says it was both revenge and helping and also pettiness. Jeff, read the review from the cap.
Superintendent Captain says, I didn't even pay attention to this movie, but I still knew what was going on in General Commando, which is genuinely the worst name ever. Not the right name, but still. Cards Against Humanity released a dad movie pack, and this would have been in it. I can't remember pretty much any of the characters' names. I do remember that it was supposed to be an action movie, and sometimes they did try action. The whole movie felt like that scene in CSI where Horatio takes off his sunglasses and is super dramatic. Like that's what everyone was doing the entire movie, so it was a little less cool. Like everything had at least 3 of those moments, it felt.
Yeah, and they were on a bridge, and they kept pulling like guns out of nowheres. Then it came down to like a knife fight, literally. Yeah. Did they shoot down a helicopter somehow too? In the middle of a city?
Yes.
Probably. Yeah.
Bryson, when did you piece out of this movie?
Several times.
Okay, so at least you were back and forth. It was consistent.
I'd say I caught every second 20 minutes.
Do you
I
mean
still
like you watched 20 minutes, then you didn't watch 20 minutes, and you watched 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Or just like you watched the 20th minute and then the 60th minute, and then that was it?
No, I watched 20 minutes and I was like, okay, I need a break.
Yeah.
And then I watched another 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, nothing has progressed. I'll take another 20-minute break. And then I came back and things were very different. And it felt like I was on drugs. So I'm like, all right, I'm taking another break. And then it was over.
So very different, as in the movie was wandering from plot point to plot point without any real connector.
Yep. And I feel like that's not because I was coming in and out, but just because that's how it was written.
Pretty much. It was extremely linear.
There was no rhyme or reason.
Yeah, it was like they were only, like they filmed in like 8 different countries. And it was like each of those countries was like, we'll give you $100,000 to film here. And they're like, sure, the plot doesn't matter. I think the villain was Italian.
Right.
But they also filmed they filmed mostly in like Southeast Asia and South America. I think maybe they were in like Johannesburg at some point.
I thought they were in like Greece or Italy for like 5 minutes.
Probably they were a little bit of everywhere for 5 minutes, and then they had all these like there was the general commander team of general commandos, and none of them had any specific function, but they also all had their own little 38 seconds of backstory. Like I remember there's one lady who had like the what movie was it where it's like I'm trying to get out but they keep pulling me back in? Is it Scarface?
Yeah.
Yeah, like she had like that Scarface moment where they like showed up at her family dinner and she's like, fine, I'll go, and pulls her gun out or whatever.
Honestly, those little scenes honestly reminded me of a bad version of the Expendables.
You mean a worse version of the Expendables?
It was basically.
I like the Expendables. Don't judge me.
I only saw that one that a certain former person made us watch, and that was rough.
Yeah.
I don't remember if that was 2 or 3. I remember Antonio Banderas was in it, being a badass and trying to impress people, and nobody gave a shit for 3/4 of the movie because that's what they were supposed to do. Like he was like doing parkour up walls and stuff.
But I don't like Steven Seagal. So when we first picked this movie, I was just like, I know I'm going to hate this movie from the get-go. So I kind of feel like I'm not giving it a chance. You know what? Even if I didn't like the guy, I still would have hated this movie.
You walked in with a bias, then you left justifying that bias.
Exactly.
And he had
I felt vindicated.
He had a ponytail, so I remember that because
that's his trademark.
Always.
Like
I avoided
since the 80s. Yeah.
Gross.
He's got a ponytail and his hair looks like AstroTurf now, just like black AstroTurf.
Ew.
Yeah.
Sure, he's a lovely man.
No, he's not.
He's a sexual predator.
Okay, I take it back.
He's a big fan. Yeah, he's a big fan of Putin.
Like allegedly, or
No, he like lives in Russia and was begging Putin for Russian citizenship for years.
I thought you
He's
said
like a
pooping.
oh no, Vladimir Putin. That will get us murdered. Check your underwear for radiation.
The cab
jeez.
says Jeff showed me this amazing compilation
No, compilation.
of him running. I highly recommend the watch. I take it it's on YouTube.
Oh yeah, he's got noodly arms.
Cool.
Like it looks like he's running really fast, but then his arms are like this.
Oh, please send me that link.
I sent the link like months ago in Bad Movie Nights.
You probably sent it at like 4 a.m. when I was totally out.
Possibly, yeah.
That's the problem there.
Possibly sent it at like 10 p.m. when you were out.
9:14.
You know what? You're not wrong. It was the dead of winter. It was dark at 5. I was cuddled up in bed. What do you expect?
Fair enough.
Well, not all of us
He does
are
very
night
much have
owls.
noodly arms.
I'm not gonna lie. Being close to popping out a baby, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Various points in this pregnancy, I have just like completely zonked out, and it's like
After
9:30.
now, it's 8 o'clock, and you're still like, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
That's because I had a 12-hour sleep the night before.
Oh, good for you.
Nice.
Yeah, Josh said the same thing.
All right. Any more comments, concerns?
Not right now. I think we're good.
I
Wait.
do want to say that we did not mention at all the plot of Chocolate City, which was that in order to save their strip club, they had to go to another strip club and win a stripping competition.
That was it.
Yeah.
I thought he had to pass French.
You had to do both.
Yeah, no, that was the character arc.
Oh, the cap says Chelsea already said vaguely what it was.
Yeah, but that was the French thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
All right.
Education first, most.
We will pick up next time where we will be talking about 3 more Nick Cage films.
Oh no.
Oh.
I know, but we got to get through them, guys.
Damn.
And we will also mention his TV show where he talks about the history of swearing,
Oh, that's a good one.
which is
Yeah, that was actually good, Cage.
yeah, where we got good Cage, because I don't want viewer or listeners thinking, oh, we hate Nick Cage. No, we like him, but some of the movies he's done are just so bad.
I mean, if I got paid $5 million for 3 days worth of work, I would definitely do it too. I don't care what people would think of the finished product.
Very
Was
true.
that- I get
Yeah,
to
if I
spend
was
a
making
long
that much
weekend
money.
in Asia.
The cap says as a final note, no, the thing is I must see all the Cage. He never disappoints me. The movie does.
That's the quote. That's the takeaway. He doesn't disappoint. The movie does.
All right. That's it for us.
Cheers.